Hey guys, so today we're talking about epigenetics. So what exactly is epigenetics? What it is, it's the change in the gene expression without changing the DNA code. So if you have a book and one page has a sticky note that says skip this page, then it doesn't change the book itself, but it's basically changing how you read that book. So the DNA is the book and how you read it is the gene expression. So these epigenetic changes can either be beneficial or detrimental to us. So the beneficial side of things, they can make us more resistant to diseases or disorders in later life, but on the other side, they can make us, or they can increase the likelihood of more disease in our lives and also potentially in our offspring's lives as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm just going to go through the different lifestyle and environmental changes that can potentially give these beneficial or detrimental epigenetic changes. So, first of all, DNA methylation. That's the most broadly studied epigenetic change. And what it is, that can be positive and negative to our health as well. So the DNA methyl groups is just a substance within our cells that tags itself onto the DNA code and it changes how we express the gene. So when we're talking about air pollution, that can cause sort of negative DNA tags onto that code and then change the way that the gene is expressed, and that can be more negative and that can increase the likelihood of cancers and neurodegenerative diseases. That's why a lot of people are sort of saying why we need to focus on lowering carbon emissions so we get less air pollution into our lungs and stop these negative DNA changes or genetic changes. So another way epigenetic changes sort of present themselves is through our diet. So research is saying that a low carbohydrate diet and a high fats diet, so the ketogenic diet, that can help to open up chromatin, that boosts that chromatin, which is just a genetic material. And if we have more of that sort of working in our brain, that can help our mental capacity, our mental ability as well. So exercise can cause epigenetic change too. So in a recent study, scientists infected mice with a certain gene that they thought would change their energy balances and their food intake. But instead of eating more, they actually just became lazier. So compared to the regular mice who ran twice as much or decided to run twice as much as these infected mice, they just became lazier and less motivated to do exercise. But that kind of taught us that being lazy is not an innate thing in us. What it means is that the more we exercise, the more motivated we are to exercise, and therefore we will start to become more resistant to these negative epigenetic changes. So one of the main reasons why we wanted to talk about epigenetics today is because for the future of science, there's a lot of excitement around epigenetic reprogramming. So similar to the mice study, which there's a lot of studies going on now, just in mice at the moment, but hopefully they can start to do some more human clinical trials. Basically what they're trying to do is infect people or these mice with genes, certain genes that will help to get rid of these negative epigenetic changes and just leave the positive ones. The sticking point at the moment though is that although they have these positive results in mice where they are actually infecting mice with these specific genes which are taking away these sort of negative DNA methyl tags which are causing the negative epigenetic changes that we see in air pollution or a bad diet or obesity and stuff like that, they don't know why they're actually taking just the negative sides away rather than taking the good things away as well. So once they figure out how and why these certain genes or certain enzymes are taking away just the bad effects of DNA methylation, not the good things, once they figure that out, then we can have a lot more potential with human studies. But so far, it's just going to be stuck on the rat studies for the time being. But that's the main reason why we wanted to talk about epigenetics today. I hope you found this helpful. Take a look at the full article on the website.